Good morning, students. Welcome to a new class, class 9. Okay, so I'll teach chemistry in class 9. So today I'll give you the syllabus for chemistry. Okay, so for the subject chemistry, so the first chapter you have to study is number 1. It is language of chemistry. First chapter is language of chemistry, which you have done in your junior classes. And the second chapter which you have to study is chemical changes, that meaning chemical reaction. Okay, chemical changes and reactions. Number 3. Okay, so the third chapter would be water. Chapter number 4. Chapter number 4 is atomic. Okay. Atomic structure and chemical bonding. This is your 4th chapter. Your 5th chapter is, okay, let me write in capital letter only. Periodic table. Chapter number 6 is hydrogen. Chapter number 7 is gas laws. Okay, and the last chapter, that is chapter number 8, is atmospheric pollution. Okay, so these 8 chapters you have to study in class 9. Okay, so this first chapter, language of chemistry, you have already done this in class 8 and below. Okay, in this chapter you have to study symbol, valency, chemical equation, etc. Okay, in this second chapter, that is chemical changes and reactions, in this particular chapter you have to study the different types of chemical reaction. Okay, so general chemical reaction you have already done in class 8. Okay, so we'll go into details, okay, for all those chemical reactions. Third chapter, water. Okay, here you have to study the properties of water, okay, composition of water and all. In this chapter number 4, atomic structure and chemical bonding, you are somewhat familiar with this. Okay, you have already done this in class 8 as well. In this chemical structure, you need to study how the atom is formed, okay, and what are the fundamental particles, okay, and how this atoms combine to form bond, okay, and how this atom combine to give you new compound, which we will discuss here, okay, in this chapter number 4. And this chapter number 5, periodic table, this is new chapter for you. So this is we'll discuss properties of element. Okay, here properties of different elements and how these elements are arranged. Okay, and we'll discuss the periodic properties for all those elements here in this chapter number 5. Okay, in this chapter number 6, you have to study hydrogen. Okay, its preparation, properties and uses will discuss in this chapter number 6. Chapter number 7, gas laws. Okay, in this you have to study Charles law, Boyle's law. Okay, different types of gas laws here. Okay, and application of all those laws we'll discuss in this chapter number 7. And last chapter, that is atmospheric pollution. This is the topic where we have to study the different types of pollutions in the atmosphere. Okay, so this chapter is what we call the chapter of concern. Okay, that is how these pollutions are occurring. Okay, what are the ways to minimize the pollution? We'll all discuss this in this last chapter, that is chapter number 8. Okay, so these is the syllabus for class 9. Okay, so altogether we have to study 8 chapters. So first we will start with the language of chemistry. Okay. So your actual chemistry begins with this language of chemistry. So from the first day only, try to understand the terms, okay, and whatever is being taught in the class. Okay. So in this particular chapter, language of chemistry, you first understand the term called symbols. Okay, in a very short way you can understand, symbols are the short form of an element. Okay, or you can call it representation of an element. Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Hydrogen atom or hydrogen is represented as capital H. Yes or no? Similarly, oxygen can be represented as O. Okay? So this is the short form of an element. I'll give you another example. Carbon C. Okay, CH. Chlorine Cl. Capital C, small l. Okay. Now, so if you are asked to write the definition for symbol, and you can write it is the short form of an element in which the first letter of the name of the element can be written as symbol like this. Okay, now here look at this, carbon and chlorine, both of these elements have their names starting with C. Yes or no? C alphabet. So carbon we have written C. Now for chlorine it is written as Cl. Okay. Now another element is also there. For example, iron. Okay. Iron can be represented as Fe. Okay, not I. Okay. Sodium can be represented as Na. Okay. Copper can be represented as Cu. Potassium can be represented as K. Okay, here, so you have to understand this now. Symbols are the short form in which the first letter of the name of the element can be written as a symbol here, and first and second letter like this. And for these elements, these are the Latin name. For iron, this is ferrum. From ferrum, it is derived Fe as symbol of iron. Okay, so the Latin name also, from Latin name also, symbols can be derived. Sodium, natrium, that is Na. Sodium, Latin name of sodium is natrium. Copper, coprium. Okay, potassium, that is kalium. From that kalium, it is derived K as a symbol of potassium. Okay, so first, second letter of Latin name or the normal name, English name, or the first letter of the name of the element is actually symbol for the particular element. Got it? Very simple, which you have already done in class 8. This is just for the revision. Okay. So now after knowing this, the term which you have to know is valency. Okay, symbol is done. Double take. Okay, now valency. Okay, if you know this symbol and valency, you can easily write the chemical formula. If you can easily write chemical formula, you can easily write chemical equation. If you can easily write chemical equation, you can balance that chemical equation very, very easily. Okay, if you know the symbol and valency, you can form formula correctly. If you can form formula correctly, you can write your chemical equation correctly. If you write chemical equation correctly, you can balance chemical equation correctly. Got it? So now, we will understand what valency is. Okay. Actually, valency is the combining capacity of an element. Okay. Or you can, in various way, you can define valency. Valency is the outermost, the number of electron in the outermost cell of an element. Okay. Or you can write valency is the number of electrons shared, gained or lost during chemical reaction. Okay. So we will do this in another chapter, but first you understand the valency for the different elements. Okay. I will give you the list for the valency and symbol. Okay. Which you copy down in your notebook, and after that we'll see how the chemical formula can be formed using symbol and valency. Okay. So now okay. So first you have to understand what monovalent elements. Mono, the term mono is for one. Mono is for one. So we'll write monovalent elements. Okay. For example, elements. Let me write valency. Okay. So I'll give you example for monovalent elements. Okay. So the first element is hydrogen. So write symbol also H. Symbol of hydrogen is H. So valency is 1. So all monovalent. Okay. Fluorine, F, valency 1. Okay. So Positive valency, electropositive valency, electronegative valency, we'll discuss later. First you write this. Hydrogen, there is valency 1. Fluorine, valency 1. Lithium, that is Li, valency 1. Chlorine, that is Cl, valency 1. Okay. Sodium, that is Na, valency 1. Then bromine, Br, valency 1. Potassium, valency 1. Iodine, valency 1. Okay. So these are the basic examples for the element with valency number 1, that is monovalent element. Okay. Got it? Now I'll take a screenshot of this and make a note in your textbook. Okay. Sorry, notebook. Next, divalent elements. So from the name only, now you can easily understand the elements with valency 2. Okay. So elements with valency 2. So simple: oxygen, valency 2. Sulfur 2. Okay. Beryllium, valency 2. Okay, oxygen, let me write symbol as sulfur, beryllium. Okay. Then magnesium 2. Then okay, calcium 2. Okay. So these are the examples for divalent element. So now similarly we have trivalent element. Okay. So I'll give you example for trivalent. I think you have taken the screenshot for this. Now trivalent elements with valency 3. Example: aluminium with valency 3, boron with valency 3. Okay, and all. So in our next class I'll give you the detailed chart for the entire element, okay, along with the radicals. So in the next class we'll first discuss about radicals, and after that I'll give you the chart for monovalent element and the radical with charge 1, radical with charge 2, divalent elements, and all this in one single chart. Okay, after that you can easily, with the help of this chart, you can easily form the formula. Okay, so thank you very much for today. So today we just discussed the syllabus, and I'll give you just simple idea about the trivalent, monovalent, divalent and trivalent element. Okay, so next class we'll discuss different types of radicals, and after that we'll discuss further. Okay, so thank you very much for today.